Hey dudes, and hopefully religious women or Christian women, because as an atheist woman, I would like to talk to you. International Women's Day got me thinking about how feminism has been pretty popular in recent years, and I have some of my issues with how feminism has been represented, but I do, of course, like, at the core, the whole gender equality thing. So, for me, as an atheist woman, one of the first things that made me reject religion was noticing in the Bible that women didn't seem to be treated as equally as men, or seen as equals to men. And made me question things about religion. And so I try to wrap my head around being into feminism yet wanting to cling to religion. And I can kind of put myself in your shoes. On my journey to atheism, I did try to not be an atheist. I tried to be a good Christian, because actually I wanted to, like, make my family happy. I wanted to try to be a better person. So that's what Christianity was taught to me, that being a good Christian meant you were a good person. And trying to become a good Christian just made me more into atheism. And add to that, I also studied sociology in school, and looking into sociology, I had an interest in a lot of social problems in the world. And I think a lot of it seems connected to religion, in my opinion. And it's been one of my passions for a long time. And I think when religious women cling to their religion, or still, like, just people that don't even believe but just defend religion because they think it has positive impacts on society, they're just kind of hurting things in a way. They're just helping to perpetuate this positive idea of religion when it's actually doing things to hurt people, and specifically women. And I think it's hard to get outside of your bubble sometimes. I totally understand that. I think an easy way to examine a religion, like, at its core, is to look at more fundamental versions of it and how it affects people. And I'm gonna add my little spice of being a lady here. As a woman, I love trashy reality TV sometimes. It's been a while since I've really been into trashy reality TV, but I have my moments. And one of my favorite trashy reality TV shows was My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding. And at its core, it was a, like, docu-series about the gypsy culture with their weddings. And yeah, it was all freakish to watch their big wedding dresses and the weird weddings that they put on. But at the heart of it, it was because they were, like, fundamentalist Christian, and that was the main thing about these women's lives, was just that they were gonna get married and pop out a bunch of babies, like good Christian women. And it was so sad after a while to watch. Like, I guess I love watching things that are kind of fascinating and sad at the same time. I'm so emo that way. It's really sad for me to think about the extremely Christian cultures where all of these women are just pressured to get married and pop out kids and take care of their kids and their husbands, and to not try to do much more with their lives. It's... oh, isn't that so sad? And it's mainly because of their religion. They wouldn't have that sort of notion without the religion. And I think that's one of the things that annoys me about cherry picking, is that some people don't have the luxury to cherry pick. Like, there's many Christian women out there that are a bit more loosey-goosey, I guess, with their beliefs, and sex before marriage is okay. It's as long as it's in a monogamous relationship. They can't be completely going out and about. And yeah, it's funny to me that there's the Christian women out there that can make those little exceptions to what they think God is going to be okay with, and don't think about how there's the women out there that don't have that sort of option, that would be probably severely punished by family members or people within their society if they were to break from the norm and not go the route of get married at a young age and pop out a bunch of kids and be a good, submissive Christian wife. It's just really sad for me to think about how in this day and age that sort of thing is still perpetuated so much for women, especially with this whole feminism being so popular thing. It's just crazy to me that criticizing religion isn't more popular, and this whole making excuses for religion, or just focusing on the kind of nice, fluffy, liberally sides of Christianity. So I'll just say one more example of Christianity's bad influence on women, and that's trying to repress women's sexuality. The idea that sex is just something special that should be saved for their one and only husband, and that any sort of sex before marriage or sex outside of marriage or gay sex, I guess, any sort of sex that's not monogamous for having babies or for just pleasing your husband is wrong. And I should also throw in masturbation in that a lot of various aspects of Christianity that just say, women, you shouldn't have pleasure during sex. And it's terrible. And a good example of that is girls having to make chastity pledges. It's where little girls do a little, I guess, dinner dance with their fathers, and it's really creepy. I could just do a whole video on this, but I'll just briefly describe it. A little ceremony where the fathers put a little ring on the girl's finger. It's almost like marriage, but it's like a pre-marriage thing where she's like, I'll save myself for my future husband, just Dad, don't worry about that. And that is so unhealthy. Oh, it's just so gross. So gross to even think about. Girls should just be told, be safe, have fun, as long as you're consenting and comfortable. Women shouldn't feel bad for having fun. And I think that sort of thing is definitely focused on a lot more towards women than men, with the whole like, don't be slutty sort of thing. Those were kind of my two main things that made me really interested in atheism early on when I was younger, I guess, was noticing that women weren't equal in Christianity, and that I was horny, and that it was natural, and that I shouldn't have felt bad about it, even though Christianity did make me feel bad about it. And yeah, I want other women to not feel bad for having pleasure, and to not feel held back because they think they should just be submissive to their husbands and pop out a bunch of kids and just not do much with their lives. I'm just at the very surface right now of the negative things about religion. So yeah, it's so crazy to me that feminism is so popular, but atheism still isn't kind of as popular along with it. If the idea of gender equality is really so popular, why are we still accepting religion so much? I don't get it. Why are we still making excuses for religion? I still constantly see celebrities making like no true Scotsman excuses for religion. Like Ellen Page saying that like Chris Pratt is a bad Christian. Not just saying like Christianity is bad, but like his type of Christianity is bad. It's like, no, at the root of it, Christianity is bad, and it's perpetuating a lot of bad ideas. And I think we can move on. Well, it was nice to get those points off my chest, and if any Christian women or Muslim women or Jewish women come across this video, comment, message me on Twitter and Instagram. Just get into my cup. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, I really hate religion. Just felt like saying that again. Thank you for watching. Later, dudes.